sunlight, through drinking, through proper sleep. You give your body those tools, your body will make every chemical that it needs to stay in metabolic balance. Your brain is a chemical factory. That's why we focus on the brain here. That's why we use SMART in our terminology. It's a smart alternative, a smart choice, a smart direction to feed the body the neuronutrients and other nutrients that it needs so that the body can put itself into homeostasis, so that the body can find its own balance. Everybody needs a different level of dose. No two people are the same. No two people have the same nutritional deficiencies. So when we manage our diet, when we eat properly, when we drink properly, lots of water, when we get proper sleep, all of these things work together to create a homeostasis that brings us to balance and allows us to survive and heal itself. In that process, the human brain makes chemicals and metabolic catalysts and hormones and other things. Where does the body get those hormones from? They're stimulated. They're stimulated through nutrition. The body will produce them as needed. So, ever get scared whether a dog comes and barks at you, or somebody tells you something really radical, or you almost get in a car accident? Your body's going to chemically react. Your neurotransmitter, your brains, through your thalamus gland, is going to create, it's more than just endorphins, but all the hormones trigger and create a reaction in your body, and it's a hormone reaction. And that hormone reaction gives you that anxiety, and it changes your temperature, you get all warm, you get goosebumps and all of that. And so these are reaction hormones. So the body in the mission to survive and heal and keep itself balanced is going to create these stress hormones. The positive hormones are the ones that you see on the screen. And dopamine is an opiate class, not dope from marijuana, which is, or from any of the drugs. They kind of call it dope because it triggers these receptor sites. The body creates hormones that trigger these receptor sites, so the body has that feel-good, happy mechanism. Same thing with oxytocin. It's a real feel-good hormone that gives the body that balance, that satiety that says, I'm not under stress, I'm not under attack. Serotonin is a good emotional one. Over 90% of it is produced in the gut. When your gut isn't in balance, when your gut is out of balance, dis-ease is 2 words. And then it ties to disease. When your body is out of balance at the gut level, where everything happens, Medline, the doctor's medical reference library says over 90% of all the diseases known to man start in the gut. Serotonin is that happy reaction hormone trigger in the gut that says things are in balance. It sends a message to the brain, continue to do what you're doing. It guides the body to continue to survive and heal itself. This is a hormone connection that the body has put together to make our system function metabolically, and serotonin is that hormone reward, that paycheck. You're doing the right thing. I'm going to keep doing the right thing for you and sending you a neuro message that says, stay on this path. Endorphins. You ever work out? Ask Tony Friedman. Where are you, Tony? There you are, right up in front. I used to look like that. I mean, that nice eyebrows, right? He's really a beautiful man on the outside, but also on the inside. You're a sweetheart. You've just embraced us, and you make me feel like family, and I love you. Thank you for everything that you do. Quick side note, I was adopted by an entrepreneur, and I adopted him, Jim Tillman. Where's Jim in here? He's over here somewhere? There he is. Hi, buddy. I've been trying to get with you. I'm going to get with you today. I just love that guy. We text each other. If you guys have ever spent 5 minutes of your life, if you want to make an investment, the wisdom in that man is unparalleled, and it's unselfish. And he's remarkable. Jim, really, thank you for making a change in my life. You're a great contribution, and I always look forward to seeing you. He's a hero. So, thank you. He's wonderful. So, Tony, when you work out, you get endorphins, and you feel that, and then you get addicted to those endorphins. but not in a chemical bad addiction way. You look forward to the experience. You look forward to working out. You look forward to the results. And your metabolic functions are working, and your brain sends hormone triggers that reward you, give you a paycheck. You're doing the right thing to help that body survive and heal itself. That's what the design is. That's how God works in our body. So we know where those triggers are. We know where those metabolic switches are. So if you could biohack diet or the body and the brain and put these nutrients into a package, which is what we've done, you're going to be able to give the body the tools that it needs to elevate itself more than just survive and heal. Take advantage of, get ahead of what is happening to us in life. These neuronutrients called nootropics that we put in this coffee, and we didn't just get any old coffee, we got very unique coffee. It tastes good, and it masks those flavors. And how many people miss it when they don't have it?
Oh, everybody.
That's when you notice it the most. It's kind of like a hug. You go for a couple of months without a hug. You know, Mark, that happens to you all the time. Because she's so busy. And then when you finally get one, you're like, wow, I really missed that. I really needed that. Well, this is a nutritional hug that this gives you. And this nutritional hug gives you that happiness, gives you that satiety, and it'll keep you in balance. So we just talked about all that stuff, but they're the natural produced neuronutrients that promote your own body's promotion of hormones. Your body will make the hormones from a non-chemical, non-addictive, non-food based platform. Ever hear of comfort foods? So your macaroni and cheese and your pizza and all those garbage, and you're allowed to do that in control and in proportion, because we don't want to stop that. But what makes us crave comfort foods and always desire to go to the comfort foods and make those choices when we look at our menus and when we go shopping in the grocery store and we open the refrigerator and when we look inside, we make subconscious decisions based on the paycheck, based on the reward that those foods are going to give us. When we look at those high carbohydrates, when we look at those opiate-laden foods, our subconscious mind says, oh, that worked last time, I'll take some of that. And that's what happens. We get into the addictive cycle of opiate-forming foods that are often, not the word contaminated, but are often over-influenced by industry. So I can't make hamburger and put in all kinds of opiates. But I can go feed the cow all kinds of stuff. And we don't have to report what we feed the cow or the chicken. I have a 13-year-old niece, supposed to be 13. She looks like a 28-year-old runway model. And everything's overdeveloped. Yeah. And when we were kids, they didn't look like that. And I'm glad. But those hormones are getting into our food supply chain. Those hormones are influencing our hormones and affecting changes in us, causing us to have addictive behaviors to foods that are not part of our metabolic need. They are part of our addiction. And so when we get addicted to these foods, because of a neuro paycheck that we get in our brain, we keep going after them. Sure, obesity is the result, but obesity is not the only result. It's a side effect, it's a condition of that. We talked a moment ago about serotonin. When we eat all these foods and processed foods and chemicals, and these nutrients go into our gut and they do not get metabolized, and they're not nutrients or chemicals or compounds that get stored. How many people have heard about 5 pounds of fat stored in the human gut? The average person, what do you think's in that fat? That's where our body's storing all of those toxins that came from the foods that we eat, from the foods that the industry has fed them. Our body's going to build up these toxins and create a chemical tolerance for these toxins, raising our need. Just like a chemical tolerance to alcohol, opiates, or other drugs, our need is going to go up as we raise our level of these nutrients in our body, these bad compounds. So they're going to stimulate us to make bad decisions. If you were to take that stimulus away, take those comfort foods away, take those bad decisions away, and you could starve yourself. How many people have gone on the yo-yo diets? There's 100 of them out there. We've seen it from the 20s until today. Obesity or overweight, just a little bit overweight. I'm 15 pounds overweight, maybe 10. Tony's overweight. You are? Just a little bit, right? We all are. You think about 180 million Americans. We need a bigger room. But that's the opportunity to help the people with the weight challenge. The weight challenge is a good thing for your cardiovascular system. It's a good thing for your heart. It's a good thing for circulation. Getting weight under control helps the body get under control. And it helps put everything back in balance. And that's the top of the iceberg. But what happens when you do that are the testimonies that you've been experiencing for a year. All these other underlying health conditions start to dissolve. How many people have had a non-weight result of a health improvement from taking the dose platform? Almost every hand. How can this coffee, this Xanthamax, this simple little program make such a metabolic change? Because when you put the body back into homeostasis, when you replace the addictive behaviors for foods and food toxins, you put yourself in control. And when you're in control, you don't want to eat and you don't want to make the bad food choices. You don't want to make the wrong time to eat food choices. Those things are an empowerment tool. Now our brain is in control for the first time because our hormone paychecks are giving us a natural reward, and these neuronutrients stimulate success and change within us. If you have the ability to make a decision, do I want to eat the apple pie and the cold pizza and all the garbage that's in the refrigerator, and constantly do that because you're not in control? What happens when you already have an emotional paycheck and you are in control? You just simply don't desire those toxins, those contaminants. And that desire is the empowerment tool. When that happens and you get all of those neuronutrients, not only are you empowered, but what do all of those nutrients do? Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, all of those opiates are satiety opiates, emotional satiety opiates. You feel happy. You feel euphoric. You're in a better state of mind. Now, you're not going to go bouncing off the walls like, oh my God, let's go on a Ferris wheel. But you are going to feel better. And you're going to elevate your mood, elevate everything that happens to you in your life. That's why the product is named that. It gives you that tool to elevate yourself. So it's going to take me 4 hours if I don't start clicking. There's 3 choices that you can do if you want to get this elevation, if you want to get these opiates and these stimulants, and if you want to take yourself to the next level. There's a crisis happening, not only in America, but all across the globe. And you've all heard of the opiate crisis. Sorry. Still got the allergies. Along with the allergies comes inflammation. I'm going to sidetrack for a second. I pull up to the airlines, and they say, any check bags? I said, no. And she said, that'll be $50. I said, $50? What are you talking about? She goes, you got 2 bags. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, this one and that one. I said, wait a second. You know what I did? I just took this. I don't know how many people have experienced this product. It's called Timeless.
Oh. Yeah. Need it.
And the lady at the counter is going, you got cash your credit card for $50 a night. Go ahead and put this stuff in. She just wait 90 seconds. So I checked all my bags into my own overhead compartment because they went way down. That's my secret weapon to look young and beautiful. I stole it from Jenny. She didn't need it. So the stuff works. It's in your product line. We never talk about it, but it's like everything else. It works, you know? Back to the opiates. Drugs. And there's a lot of drug dealers and a lot of drug challenges, and there's a lot of pharmaceutical remedies out there, and we've all heard about the overprescription of it. You get on a painkiller, you get addicted to painkillers, you get addicted to those opiates. If I can share a little bit of your story, Mark? A little bit. So when I met Mark, and I'll keep it really light, he had a handful of all these things he was taking due to his pain. And then we kept seeing each other every week. And this bag kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I said, what are you doing? And I've got guys that work for me that could buy some of that stuff off you. He says, this is what I'm not taking. When I met you, I was showing you what I was taking. And the more I took the dose platform together, And the more I got onto this mission, the more I was able to reduce my dependency on those. Now I must take a little break here to tell you, the statements and claims made in this presentation and all of our presentations are intended to diagnose, treat, cure, mitigate any disease. Only your healthcare professional can do that for you. So these are for nutritional purposes only, and only for informational purposes, and everything I have to say up here is not validated, inspected, interviewed, or reviewed by the Food and Drug Administration or any other authorities. So we're just talking about stuff. And what you feel, and what you've experienced, and what you see, and what you know, and what you have a hard time sometimes telling your doctor is really happening is just stuff. So we'll keep doing this stuff, but only for 100 years. So we get these opiate drugs and they trigger dependence, addiction, and abuse. Mostly prescribed for pain management, depression, anxiety. It promotes opioid receptor site expansion. So you get a brand new little balloon and you blow it up a little bit. You just, a little bit, it looks full, but then you stretch it out. And then the next time you blow it up, you gotta give it more. The next time you blow it up, you gotta give it more. You've seen that happen with a balloon. Same thing happens to opiate receptor sites in the brain. The more you give them, the more the body creates receptor sites because it's a reward mechanism. The brain doesn't know the difference between pharmacological challenges and nutritional challenges. I'm just getting something. That something works, that something feels good. I want more receptor sites, more receptor sites. So what starts off as a small dose turns into a major dose and turns into an overdose because the body keeps demanding more and you have to give it more in order to make it feel satisfied. It doesn't happen with nutrients. Foods, we just talked about it, the carbohydrates, the simple sugars, the fats, those chemicals and hormones that are in foods is just below that drug level. It's hidden in the foods, it's hidden within the foods as we've discussed, and it gives you that opiate response, but it has side effects, not only obesity, cardiovascular conditions, cholesterol conditions, circulation, oxygenation, all of those things happen from a poor diet. So what's the choice? The other choice are nutrients, non-addictive nutrients. Those like nootropics. Nootropic is an endogenous promoter. Endogenous means that which the body itself produces. So you've got an endocrine system from the endogenous system. We have an endogenous system. Tomorrow we'll talk about hemplovate and what happens in our endogenous system. That's a great product. I can't wait till tomorrow. But the dose hormones are created naturally through stimulus of neuronutrients, and this gives us choice and control without chemical addiction. Here's some of the things that you can experience on food supplements or nutrients that are neuronutrients. Cognitive function, executive functions, memory, creativity, motivation, metabolic actions that stimulate brain functions, all the things I talked about earlier. Some of the ways to get that is...
Go back one.
Go back one. Okay. Waiting. Writing it down. Go in the back office and send an email. Everybody ready? You want to take this? Okay. The Elevate Smart Coffee is half of that dose delivery platform. The coffee contains the neuronutrients. They're putting it in an oral form. As soon as you put it in your mouth, I can't say sublingual, that's a medical delivery term, so it's an oral. Gets into the body immediately, starts to work immediately. You can feel it within a couple minutes. Everybody like that coffee? It's fun. It's more than just a morning coffee. You talk about the economics of coffee. 400 million cups of coffee a day are consumed in the United States. We talked about that last week, right? You know some more statistics on it because you're a research professional, but it's a lot of money. You think about that $2-3 budget on that. That's a lot of money being spent. Here, this business opportunity allows you to go to friends and new entrepreneurs and new entrepreneurs and say, just take the same money you're spending somewhere else. I did take some coffee. Take the same amount of money that you're spending and just replace that with our coffee and just try it. You've got wonderful shareable plaques that are gorgeous that nobody else in the industry has. It's so easy to share. Who doesn't want to have a cup of coffee? Take that dollar and reinvest that dollar. Reinvest that dollar in wellness and health. And you guys know the story of what that investment can mean for people. All of the conditions that we've talked about and that you're going to hear in the testimonials, it's just endless. It's limitless. What was the word? It's ineffable. All right? So Elevate's a great tasting micro brown functional coffee that contains a proprietary blend of nootropic ingredients designed to assist with the clarity and the energy and the mood and appetite suppression and all of the things that go along with the benefits of that formula. What happens when your happiness hormones are stimulated? Well, you feel elevated, but you just have that feel-good feeling. You don't have that empty stomach feeling, that constant craving feeling. You just don't think about eating. You have to remember to eat and always remember to drink. We don't drink enough. And drinking sodas and all kinds of other beverages that may contain water is not the same thing as proper hydrating water. So drink water. Put electrolytes in your water. You can drink other products that have electrolytes in it. But get that water into the human body. You're going to want, this is going to make you a little bit thirsty. It's going to make you want water, which is going to help you do the right thing. Now you're empowered to make better decisions. You can make better diet choices. You can have better energy. And you're going to lose weight, but you're going to live an elevated life because of the wellness factors that are going to come along with it. Some of us drink coffee, all through the night because it's a stimulant. Because it has caffeine and it has other stimulants, the potential to keep you up and keep you active and keep you metabolic is great. If you want to paint the house at night, go ahead and paint it. Most people start in the morning, don't recommend taking it after 2 p.m. You can take 1, 2, maybe 3 cups. You can mix it in your coffee. You can take a half and Elevate and put it in your coffee. You can take a full one and put it in your coffee and slow it down. There's about 100 milligrams of caffeine per serving, but there's all kinds of other neurostimulants in there. So you don't want to overstimulate yourself. You can experiment with the coffee and see what works best for you. Many people just like it by itself. You put keto cray in the coffee and it really makes it taste fabulous and gives you a keto coffee that will help you if you're on keto diet program. Some people, due to stimulants, might report an upset stomach because you get all of that stimulation. If you get an upset stomach, you can cut your dose in half and take it with foods. You can spread it out over 2 different sittings before 2 p.m. Take as directed. Always consult a physician when starting this or any weight loss program, or if you're pregnant or taking any medications. Also, exercise and proper diet is an important part of a balanced diet program. Elevate Coffee doesn't stand alone. It has a partner. This partner, this could be its own company. This is really remarkable. There is so much to be said about the ingredients in this product and so much research that is available online about xanthocumol, the critical ingredient that is in this product, that you can build an enterprise just on this. And we are. But this stuff is amazing. Not only is xanthocumol chosen as its partnership to promote the oxytocin feel-good hormone, this is a mega antioxidant, 200 times more powerful than grapeseed. Have you heard of grapeseed extract? And there's all kinds of books and researches on that. And this is medical sciences, and I'll show you as we click through here where some of this research comes from. 200 times more than the most powerful antioxidant discovered is really remarkable, which has all kinds of implications to cellular wellness, cellular functionality, and metabolic functions. So in the beginning, oxytocin was a great value-added factor to our mission of dose, but as we dig down deeper and as we deliver these nutrients, we really see what this product is capable of. It is hard, and you'll see in most studies, to get these nutrients into the body. So we use turmeric and we use liposomes, and we put our technology together. Let's come up with a molecular chaperone, a way to encapsulate those nutrients, partner those nutrients with delivery nutrients, and get those nutrients everywhere in the body. When you come down to the factory, and you guys have come down and you've seen this orange all over the place. Once that stuff, because it's really, really micronized turmeric, but once that stuff gets in the air, it's on everything and it ain't coming out. But once it gets into your body, it's everywhere, you know, and that's important. We're going to get into some detail. It's also referred to as the master molecule. So Oregon State University has done a lot of studies, and there's a whole bunch of studies out there, and you can take that. What I like on the mice study, it took the xanthohumol, their bad cholesterol lowered by 80%, their insulin by 42%, their IL-6, which is a biomarker for inflammation, lowered by 78% compared to the mice that did not receive the active ingredient Xanthomax called xanthohumol. That is really dramatic and huge for a non-drug nutraceutical application. On the weight management side of it, all of the mice in the study gained weight. They gave the control group that doesn't take the xanthohumol the same diet as the control group, but the control group gained 22% less weight. The active group gained 22% less weight than the rest of them. And so they were never fat in the first place, but they just didn't get into the obesity factor. Prevention is the key to that statement. They also noticed an increase in oxygen and the metabolic rate within the mice. So that improved weight management and control. But when you increase oxygen, I mean, everybody holds your breath for like 28 minutes, and who's ever left wins. It's the most important thing over oxygen, right? Water, sleep, nutrition. It's really important. You have to get oxygen at the cellular level. You cannot starve your cells for oxygen. You cannot starve your brain for oxygen. It's really important. So this is going to help oxidative uptake, oxygen utilization, and that changes everything in the metabolic condition, which is why, again, xanthohumol has so much multiplicity and so much use in all pharmacological areas of medicine. It's really fantastic. The university says this is the first time we've seen one compound, just one compound, with the potential to address so many health conditions. It's almost limitless, the amount of health conditions. I'm going to show you some of them. Here's some research reports on the next slide that'll show you what happened. If you wanted to get technical, xanthohumol is a bioflavonoid. It's a molecule found in the flowering hops plant, same stuff they make beer out of. Although you have to drink a lot of beer. But we can do a research study on that tonight. Yeah, let's start one right now. As I said, it's 200 times more powerful than resveratrol, which is one of the OPCs, oligopro-anthocyanidins or anthocyanidins. These are the antioxidant capable compounds within grapeseed. Resveratrol is the single strongest one, and then all the OPCs fall behind it. There's a lot of products in this industry and throughout the health industry that tout the power of their OPCs. This is 200 times stronger than that, in addition to everything else that is happening with the molecule. So there's over 200 research studies. And we're not just talking about nutritional research studies. Study the inflammatory process, osteoporosis, osteoporosis, diabetes, and over 60 types of disease states occurring in humans. And I can't use that word. The disease states, I had to edit that word. You know what that word is.
Cancer.
Starts with C.
Cancer.
In addition, xanthohumol helps support cell health to fight oxidative stress, regulate fat metabolism and storage, modulate cholesterol and triglyceride levels, promote general health to ward off illness, maintain glucose and insulin levels, protect against free radicals better than green tea and red wine with 6 times the power of antioxidant-rich citrus fruits and 4 times the strength of soy, which is also high in antioxidants. This is the list of the studies that I could fit onto the screen of the 200 that we talked about. You can go to the National Library of Medicine and you can click in the research for xanthohumol and see these peer-reviewed medical scientific journals. When I said earlier, consult your physician, and I meant it, talk to your physician about this. He's going to be surprised that you have access to it, and surprised that we have access to this direct format. Look at how long I've been talking already about this stuff. This isn't a retail health food club opportunity. It requires education, transparency, information, and a constant upgrade. You've heard me talk 50 times. You heard something new today, right? And the only way we can do that is through hand-to-hand combat of direct selling, and that's why this business is important to these products, because we have to educate, inform, and share, and respond to each and everybody's individual needs and get their experiences broadcast to everybody so we can all benefit from all of the tools that are found in these products. And this company has the key and has the tool to that, but we also have the right products to follow through on our promise. It's really cool what's going on. See, I put my hand over there, it's supposed to go, now he's gonna cough, and he didn't do it. God. But the AV crew and the crew that sets this up, really good job. You guys are very professional. So here you have your team. You got the two products everybody talks about, the dose package. You got the shareables, and those things are coming out, and I'll let somebody else talk about that. They're really cool. You got a good management team. You guys are extremely successful in the field making this happen. Everybody's noticing a difference in their wellness and health. Everybody's making a few dollars along the way, which isn't a sin. These unique and proprietary products bundled together elevate coffee and Xanthomax. Naturally promote your body's own happiness, hormones, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins. Elevate Coffee is not just a coffee, it's a functional beverage with a proprietary blend of natural and botanical nootropics, and so is Chocolate. For those who don't want the extra caffeine, Chocolate in the chocolate, there's about 4.5, I'll call it 5 milligrams of caffeine, non-noticeable. Caffeine is a neuronutrient delivery chaperone. It helps get those things in there, but it's non-negligible. So for those who don't like the extra caffeine, take the Chocolate. For those, if this winter season is coming up and you want to have fun, Chocolate is good. You want to make Chocolate taste like candy, put your Keto Crate in there. It really makes it taste good. But it gives you an alternative, it gives you a choice. And as we go through 2019, we are going to expand those choices. We are working on really cool opportunities. And more than just the dose choices, we are going to fill critical holes in nutrition that nobody else is addressing in a way that nobody else can do it. We've got a little bit of fun. So everybody's been really nice to me, and I love you all, and I appreciate the way you guys are always treat me really nice. And I do like the Willy Wonka effect of our industry. And there's things I've been wanting to do for 20 and 30 years, and I tell Robert, what about this? He goes, okay. But what if we do that? Let's do that. Well, what about this? Let's do that. I said, okay, I'm going to do it all. He goes, okay, now wait. And that one, and he's very organized, and we're doing that together. And I wanted to make today all about what we're going to do for 2019. He's like, ain't 2019 yet. Let's stick with the mission that we have. But man, we got some cool stuff. And the new dose pack is really sexy. You guys did a good job. You put it together. So don't forget Chocolate. I don't like the coffee, you can take the chocolate. Xanthomax is a bioavailable xanthohumol. It gets into the body, it gets into the cell. Because of its liposome delivery system, and because of its chaperone molecules with the turmeric, and the other things that you see in that bottle are put in there by design to make sure that those nutrients get into the cell and something you can feel. The package is designed in a maintenance dose of 1 pill a day for 30 days. That's a maintenance dose. That's to keep healthy people healthy and to be a defense mechanism against future challenges. I have friends that take 2, 3, 4. You can take that many on a therapeutic dose. If you really want to advance your antioxidant power, if you want to get a challenge against things that are coming your way, or you have other health conditions that we can't talk about, but your doctor can, that you want to have a competitive advantage, don't be afraid. Take 2, 3, 4. It's not too much. It's food. It's nutrition. I got some older folks in my family, 2 that are still alive, and then I'm next. Oh, I really like this product. I don't know if I can be a salesman. Everybody's a salesman. The truth is a salesman. An experience that you have is a salesman. If I go to a movie, and man, did I like that movie, and they had so much of this and that and this neat and all that, you got to see the movie. That's all I said. I wasn't selling the movie. I'm not getting a kickback or a commission. You heard my testimony about my experience. You got motivated, and that motivation turned into an action that made you want to try an opportunity, try the business, try the product. We start with the products because the products start with you because you can experience. It's something that you can feel. That's why we lead with the products first, because they work. When somebody takes the product and has an experience with the product, you don't have to be a salesman. You want a cup of coffee? Try that. What is that? I don't know, read the back. You don't have to go, I don't want to push, you know. Call me tomorrow, I'll call you tomorrow. That's it. They either have an experience or they don't, or 80% of the people have an experience the very first time they try on the very first cup. Now that you can give them a couple of days worth of experience, they take away that experience. You know what, I missed that experience. Can I have that? Here's how you do it. You set them all up, and this company will teach you how to do that in a way that nobody else can do it. So you're going to have an experience, something that you can feel. All you have to do is try it to experience, and sharing it. It makes building your business easy, but it makes it easier for us to get out to hundreds of millions of people globally.